Ladies and gentlemen, you have your quarter-finalists. We're now down to the final 8 in the Champions League and things are heating up. PSG edged out Liverpool at Anfield thanks to Gigi Donnarumma's heroics, while Real Madrid's controversial win over Atletico left plenty of questions unanswered. Barcelona cruised past Benfica, Arsenal smashed PSV, and Inter made light work of Feyenoord. But the real shock? Bayern Munich dismantled Bayer Leverkusen to make a huge statement. Dortmund had to dig deep to beat Lille, while Aston Villa's fairy tale run continued after knocking out Club Brugge in their first European Cup quarter-final since 1983. With the quarter-finals set, let's rank the remaining teams and see who's leading the charge. Number 8, Borussia Dortmund. Dortmund's surprise run to last year's final was impressive, but their presence in this season's quarter-finals is even more shocking. They looked on track for a top 8 finish in the league phase, but a terrible dip in form during the winter saw Nuri Sahin lose his job. Enter Niko Kovac, who somehow managed to steady the ship and guide Dortmund to the last 8. But let's be honest, making the semis seems almost impossible now. FootyFlicks Barcelona are firing on all cylinders, and while Dortmund have got talent, especially with Serhou Guirassy shining this season, they've been painfully inconsistent. Sitting 10th in the Bundesliga says it all. Dortmund's path here has been relatively kind too. They faced a struggling Sporting in the playoffs and then edged past an overachieving Lille in the last 16. Credit where credit's due though, they've done well to get this far, but the road ahead looks brutally tough. Number 7, Aston Villa. It's honestly hard to overstate just how good Unai Emery has been at Villa. When he took over from Steven Gerrard, Villa were barely above the relegation zone, surviving only on goal difference. Fast forward 2.5 years and here they are, Champions League quarter-finalists. Unreal. Now they face a red-hot PSG side as huge underdogs. Even though they smashed Club Brugge 6-1 on aggregate in the last 16, Villa didn't exactly shine. Brugge handed them the tie on a plate with an own goal, a penalty and a red card just 16 minutes into the second leg at Villa Park. But here's the thing, Villa have got nothing to lose. They're rock solid at home, and with Marcus Rashford and Marco Asensio arriving in January, their attack looks way more dangerous. So, could Emery pull off a masterclass against his former club? Don't bet against it. Number 6, Bayern Munich. Bayern looked a completely different beast against Bayer Leverkusen compared to their shaky performance against Celtic in the previous round. To be fair, they got a lot of help from Leverkusen, who were shockingly bad at the Allianz Arena. A goalkeeping error, a red card and a penalty pretty much handed Bayern the tie on a silver platter. That being said, Bayern were electric from the get-go and followed it up with a professional 2-0 win at the Bayer Arena to seal a dominant 5-0 aggregate victory. But now, a quarter-final clash with Inter will give us a much better sense of where Bayern really stand. Vincent Kompany has shored up their defence, Joshua Kimmich is still bossing the midfield, and Harry Kane is banging in goals for fun, thanks to having some of the most dangerous dribblers in the world like Jamal Musiala, Michael Olise and Kingsley Coman feeding him. Sure, Bayern have had their moments of inconsistency during the league phase, but as we head into the business end of the Champions League, they're looking seriously sharp. Number 5, Arsenal. Arsenal's 2-2 draw with PSV didn't exactly give us a clear picture of their Champions League credentials, and to be honest, the entire tie didn't either. Credit where credit's due though, Mikel Arteta's men absolutely tore PSV apart in Eindhoven, which was impressive given their struggles in front of goal during their Premier League title push. But let's not sugarcoat things, the 7-1 aggregate scoreline was pretty generous. Arsenal capitalised on their chances, but PSV's woeful defending made it all too easy. So despite racking up goals across both legs, Arsenal still have got a lot to prove as they head into a blockbuster quarter-final clash with Real Madrid. That said, if Bukayo Saka is back and fully fit, it could give the Gunners a much-needed edge in their quest to cause an upset. Number 4. Inter Milan. After cruising past Feyenoord with a 2-1 win at San Siro to seal a 4-1 aggregate victory, Simone Inzaghi had a simple request: give Inter a little more respect. And honestly, he's got a fair point. Even though they reached the final in 2023 and pushed Man City to the limit in Istanbul, Inter don't seem to be getting the credit they deserve. This team is solid across the board. They've got the best defense in the whole competition, a perfectly balanced midfield, and a strike partnership that can cause nightmares for any defense when they're on form. Their only problem? Their road to the final is brutal. Bayern Munich up next, and if they get through that, Barcelona likely waiting. But there's the thing, Inter thrives when they're underestimated, and that huge chip on their shoulder makes them a dangerous proposition for anyone. Number 3, PSG. PSG have finally arrived. After years of chasing superstar signings with no clear direction, they've shifted focus to nurturing young talent, and it's paying off under Luis Enrique. They completely outplayed Liverpool in the first leg of their last 16 tie, but somehow ended up losing 1-0, making their performance at Anfield even more impressive. This time, they had to battle through tough spells, and Ousmane Dembele's goal came totally against the run of play. But PSG remained composed, remained a threat on the counter, and controlled extra time before sealing the win on pens at the home of the Premier League leaders. With Aston Villa waiting in the quarters, PSG are hitting their stride at the perfect moment. After so many painful European exits, this might just be the year they finally get their hands on that elusive Champions League trophy. Number 2, Real Madrid. The Los Blancos always find a way. Despite losing 3 times in the league phase, they slipped through to the knockouts thanks to the lenient new format. After dismantling Man City in the playoffs to remind everyone they're still a force, they pulled off another classic Madrid escape. In the last 16 against Atletico, they were not at their best in the second leg, but somehow they got the job done. VAR controversially ruled out Julian Alvarez's penalty kick for a double touch, and Jan Oblak couldn't keep out Antonio Rudiger's decisive spot kick. But that's just Madrid doing what they do best, making their own luck. The road to the final is still treacherous, but this is a team that thrives in chaos. With their blend of experience and confidence, you wouldn't bet against them making it all the way to Munich. Number 1, Barcelona. Barcelona is not perfect, not by a long way. Their high defensive line keeps everyone on edge, and it always feels like one clever through ball could completely unravel them. But for Hansi Flick, the reward far outweighs the risk, and honestly, it's hard to argue when Barca are winning so consistently and playing such breathtaking football. The fullbacks are constantly pushing forward. Pedri is a magician in midfield, and Rafinha and Lamine Yamal? Easily 2 of the most exciting young attackers in the game right now. The draw has been kind to Barca, and after dispatching Benfica 4-1 on aggregate, they now face a very winnable tie against Borussia Dortmund in the quarters. The bottom line is that Barcelona is still the team that everyone has to beat, and if things keep going this way, a Clásico showdown in the final is definitely on the horizon. And that wraps up your power rankings for the Champions League quarterfinals, but now we want to hear from you. Which team do you think is the biggest threat to go all the way this year? Drop your predictions in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe for more football content. We'll catch you in the next one.
Do you want to make money with affiliate marketing? Join the Goal90 Shop affiliate program and start earning today. Get your unique affiliate link and exclusive discount coupon to share with your audience. Every sale made through your link earns you a 10% commission. No limits, just real earnings. Don't miss out. Turn your influence into income now.